Hello and welcome to Nexonia's overview of our Shoeboxed integration. Nexonia is an online expense management application using very advanced and simple to use web technologies. We work on any computer and any browser. Shoeboxed is an interface where you can actually mail or send in your shoeboxes of receipts to Shoeboxed, and they will automatically scan all of your receipts. They'll actually itemize them. They'll OCR the numbers, the dates, and the vendors of your receipts, and make them available to you in a secure website. What Nexonia and Shoeboxed have done now is within Nexonia, people can create expense reports, business expense reports, and choose their receipts that they might have had Shoebox scan and categorize and have them integrated automatically. So what I'm going to do is just show you that. You'll see you'll have the expenses tab here. We can go ahead and click expenses, and we'll see all of the expense reports that we've been working on, or that in some cases have been approved. Those are the green circles. I'll very quickly show you under Setup Personal. If I edit the settings, it says Access Receipts from Shoebox, and you'll see that's turned on. So let's go ahead back to the expense listing. Let's open up a sample expense report, and sure enough, you'll see a number of ways of adding expense line items into a Nexonia expense report. You could just add them manually by clicking Add, but you have to fill in the customer, the category, put in the amount, all that stuff manually. You also would have to upload receipts or fax in receipts. If you have an iPhone, you can also use our iPhone client to get receipts in with the camera on an iPhone. But the other one you can see here is Add from Shoebox. So let's go ahead and click on that. If we do, it'll ask you if you haven't already logged on to Shoebox from within our application. It'll ask you to do so, but in this case I already have. And as you can see, I have all of these items. These are all items that we dynamically pulled from Shoebox. So you would have already sent in your receipts to them a few days earlier. They would have scanned them, categorized them, and put them on the Shoeboxed website for you to view. But we also at Nexonia give you a dynamic look into those receipts at Shoeboxed, and you can go ahead and say auto fuels from Shells. So let's put that under other. We have a couple pubs here, so let's put those under restaurant. Maybe this one was restaurant as well, and well, another restaurant, and then Subways and Meals. So that's another restaurant. You can also see in Nexonia, we also allow you to change the currency. So you could actually flip between certain currencies. And when you do that, it'll apply the exchange rate that's in effect on the day of the expense. So once we've done all of that, we'll say it looks good. Let's say this was all against our customer called Bigco. And we're going to go ahead and click Create and Close. It's going to take those 5 line items, and in the span of 2 or 3 seconds, it's going to create those line items in Nexonia. And I don't know if you can see, but you can see there are green paper clips for these line items. If I click on the paper clip, we are actually going to see the receipt for this particular charge. And these receipts came in automatically from Shoebox. When I zoom in, I'm just double clicking, and I can scroll, and when I zoom out, I'm just double clicking as well. So that's as simple as it is to take receipts from Shoebox and their associated amounts and dates, and put them into Nexonia for inclusion on expense report. Once you're finished with this expense report, if you're a Nexonia customer that has management approvals, you can see there's a link here to submit for approvals. If you're just an individual, you can click View PDF, and when you do that, it's actually going to give you a PDF of your expense report, and it'll just take a second to open up. It shows it. It's got signature lines on it. If we scroll down, we're going to see that we actually have all the Shoebox receipts automatically in a single PDF that can be saved or routed for approvals as well, in case you're not integrated with the automated Nexonia integration. So I hope you appreciate that it's very simple to do. It's very easy. I can go ahead and create another expense report. Call this one a second expense report. And click OK. And when I click Add from Shoebox, again, it's going to give me all of those transactions I have yet to use. Now, if this is the first time you've done Shoebox integration, you will get an authentication box where you can type in your Shoebox account name and password, because you do need to have an account on Shoebox. I've already done that, so I'm just displaying the lists that are available, because our access, once you log in, lasts for about 24 hours. So there's let's say that's Burgers is probably a restaurant. more restaurants. Let's pick the one down here. And let's say this wasn't against Big Co, but this was against Acme. And we have a couple of projects here. So let's do a restructuring one. So I took two line items. It's now bringing them into Nexonia. It brought in the images as well. So if I click on the paperclip, I'm going to see the exact amount, 749, which matches up with the line item. So that's all Shoebox magic, and how they take your receipts, scan them, put them into their web page, their secure web page, with the images and the dollar amounts. In Nexonia, it's a very simple process to use those in an expense report. One final thing to mention, of course, is that when looking at the list of line items, you might notice that the stuff that you've used once doesn't appear in the list again. That's because Nexonia keeps track of all of the shoebox receipts that we have used, and we don't go back and present them again to use in another expense report, obviously, because that would be a duplication, and we'd like to prevent that for you. That's about it for the integration between Nexonia and Shoebox. Makes it very simple, very easy to use. You just need two accounts, one for Shoeboxed and one for Nexonia, and we handle the integration very cleanly. We're very proud and pleased to be working with Shoeboxed, and we hope you enjoy this new capability. Thank you very much, and have a great day.